Podcast Network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy.
Hey there, Tanisha. A little early for us, but we're going to get it jumping. What's going on?
Oh, Lord. We had to get up in here this morning because some stuff done went down and stuff didn't go down. Lord have mercy.
Well,
Let's get
first of all, welcome to Two Gems and a Mic, everybody. Another episode. It's going to be fun-filled, packed with information. You know, as always, we like to keep you up to date on what's going on. So before we even jump into our agenda and what we had, let's talk about what we just learned that jumped off.
Yes. Josh McDaniels gone. GM gone. They got rid of both of them.
I think
Yeah.
he's just been making bad decisions. He made some bad decisions in the game. I mean, in games, but that game, particularly the other night when they had opportunities to win. What I don't understand, and you know, I think they were talking about trading Hunter. I don't know if Hunter left, Renfro, and Devontae Adams was all up in the air. So Mark Davis is dealing with that. But you know, I don't know if them saying, "Hey, I'll stay, but you got to get rid of these coaches," or
I don't know what it was
after the trade deadline.
Listen, I don't understand that because, well, I do kind of, because it's gonna be hard to let Devontae Adams go. If I'm the owner and I know what Devontae Adams can bring to an organization, yeah, I look at Devontae Adams and be like, it's not you, it's them. Let me get rid of these clowns. Let me get rid of this problem that you got right here. I mean, when you saw Devontae Adams, which is one of the coolest cucumbers out there in the NFL, lose it the other night, when he took that helmet and just kind of hit that and just slammed it and then sat down, and you saw him go through all the emotions, and he was just, it was just like he realized, I'm on TV, let me bring it down a notch. It's nothing I can do. They caught me, but I'm so pissed off. And then he just walked off and just headed to the locker room when there was still time left out. I mean, dude was like, I'm over it.
He was done, but you know what? He's dropped 2 crucial passes.
Well, I mean, unnecessary roughness, Leonard.
No,
the man at this point.
Let's tell the whole story.
But you know what? He dropped. But you know what? He also got overthrown. He was. I mean, dude was wide open.
No doubt.
I mean, he dropped one on the hip. He dropped that one on the hip. Yeah.
Right. And he dropped a touchdown. He dropped one in the end zone. So last week, same thing. But all of that to the side, go back to Josh McDaniels. I don't think he was ever the dude for the job. As flaky as he was a few years back when they offered him, I think it was a Colts position.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm all in. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, I'm out. You know, and he had other coaches to, you know, resign.
Leave. Yeah.
So that was a guy that, to me, that was unreliable that you gave another chance. Maybe he'll end up like the other guy, Matt. What is it?
Matt, from Detroit.
Yeah, Matt that was in Detroit. Our guy that was in New York. They all wind up back in Belichick's camp somehow. So they all appear to need adult supervision, which they were lacking as head coaches.
Well, I bet you after that extension that Belichick just signed, he gonna be like, yeah, I got a spot for you. Come on back home.
Oh yeah, he always find a spot for the ones that just, you know, they just.
Well, I mean, Andy Reid the same way. Matt Nagy back home. He back home.
We'll talk about the Chiefs and all of that stuff, but let's go through our little lineup here, and you know,
let's go.
Josh McDaniel, of course, will pop back up, but the Aces. I know we're late. So,
yes,
but you know, better.
But
late
you know, but yeah, we late, but they still in the news because we got clowns out there talking and belittling what they've accomplished, and they still in the news. It's still chatter out there.
And I mean, look, Mark Davis knows what it's like to win. Okay, let's talk about that. That's why I said it's gonna come back. He's like, I gotta win. I got a championship team. This is the biggest show in Vegas, right? Back
Right.
to back. Y'all can't even get to the playoffs. You can't even get to the playoffs. So Mark, you can tell is loving that.
Yes, he
And then
is.
he got to go deal with the Raiders. Not a good look at all. So
Yeah.
congratulations to the entire Aces organization from top to
Exactly.
bottom, and they're good. And let me stay there for a minute because we got this, and my one of my favorite things. Was
Yeah.
Travis Clay Travis? What an ass clown, right? So this
Yeah.
guy is out there because, of course, he's a woman hater or whatever, and wants to attack the Aces. Says that the Aces couldn't beat the top high school basketball state champions of his choice from 2024. So it's a dumb argument because, for one, the Aces are who they are. They're the best in the WNBA. That is their job. Their job is not to go out and beat high school teams, Division III college men's basketball teams, et cetera, et cetera. Because you have players that are in college right now that are NBA ready, right? They can't go because of the rules and they have to play. So you got that 6'5", 6'7", 5-star recruit. You take him in
Yes.
the team, yeah, they probably will. Because if you're running a lineup with everybody 6'1" and above, come on. It's
Yeah.
different. So, to make these comparisons, and he'll pay $1 million. I think this is a guy who's insecure, irrelevant, and needed to try to make himself relevant. Hats off to the Aces for not even responding to him. I think
Entertain the
right.
ridiculousness.
One person from the Aces was smart and called him a dumbass. I call him an ass clown. Same thing.
Same difference.
Yeah, it's like, go away. Because I could pick a team too, you know, and put a team together of high school players that could probably beat these women, but that's not what it's all about. So
Not at all.
kudos to the Aces, back-to-back champions. Hadn't been done in 21 years. We know that the Houston Comets did it back to back to back to back
Oh,
to back
back
to
to
back to back.
back,
They
back,
couldn't stop
back, back.
themselves, right? And then we know that the
Right? The back to back. To
the
back to
LA
back to back.
Sparks, they did it also. So, you guys, you ladies, excuse me, are in good company, and congratulations.
And do not allow one apple of
One
clownism.
monkey
Yeah. To
or one
spoil.
ass to, and they're having a blast. We're gonna
And
have.
why not?
Yeah, and he I ain't holding him, tonight, but he did. Coach came on, Coach Marsh, one of the assistants for the Aces, came on last year. I reached out to him because I felt like they were gonna win probably 2 weeks before, and he can attest to it when he comes on the show, saying, "Hey, when you guys win the championship, would you come back on the show?" And he said, "For sure." So we're gonna line that up. But I'm letting him celebrate, have fun, enjoy his family, all
Enjoy
that stuff
yourself.
before we get up on the show. So shout out to Coach Marsh.
And
All right.
congrats. Congrats.
Yep. So the next thing we got is two new hires in the WNBA. A little
Mm-hmm.
controversy here, but Teaspoon, I'm all for it. Her energy, her knowledge. She's been in the NBA with the Pelicans for a while, but she's going to be taking over the head coaching job at the Chicago Sky. I think that's great for her. That coach, he departed to take another job. I think it was in the NBA or overseas, not sure. What do you think about this hire?
I know Spoon personally. Met her through my friend Tree. I think she is a wonderful hire. I love everything that she brings to the game, what she gave to the game, her knowledge. I think it's a great hire. We'll see how it works out, but I'm excited to see what she's going to do with that group of girls,
Yep.
women.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this one. I'm
Agree. I'm a
really
big
looking
fan of
forward.
hers from, excuse me, from college through the Liberty, through all of that.
Yep.
Even following what she's been doing with the Pelicans, and uh,
Really, really.
she gives it
Louisiana
all.
Tech. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
gives her.
Way back.
Nate Tibbetts, head coach of Phoenix Mercury. He comes from the Orlando Magic. He was a assistant there. Don't know much about him. I think that was a little controversial because they were saying there were some assistant coaches on benches now. Don't know if they
Mm-hmm.
were offered a job that could have taken that job. Phoenix has a good team. Phoenix has a good team. Just the coaching. they made a mistake. They hired a coach that didn't have the experience, and now they're hiring this guy, never coached in women's basketball under anybody or anything. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's another figurehead. We had that with Bill Lambier. He was fortunate enough to win championships in Detroit when he was there. Then he came to, of course, he had the Aces, San Antonio, and just wasn't as successful. So, sometimes they want to have a name. We went with Derek Fisher in LA. I thought he was a horrible coach. I think horrible so much so that maybe pure speculation on my part of why Candace Parker. I know she wanted to go home to Chicago, but I don't think that was gelling. So, just because they played,
Doesn't always mean they
they
know
may
what
have
they're
coached
doing.
a little bit, but yeah, what is their coaching record? Because I haven't seen anything from the Orlando Magic. So if this is the guy, we'll see. We'll see. I know, but I do know that there are women, former athletes and coaches that are available that could
Hmm.
coach these teams. So it's a little disappointing when we go outside of that, and we're trying to grow the game.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. He might bring something to the team.
Yeah,
We'll see.
right. Let's give him a chance.
Let's
So
give him a shot.
congratulations, congratulations to them both. We say give him a shot.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a shot because I played I played for, a male coach in college, and I feel like he was crazy as hell. We used to
Mhm.
call him Chucky. But as far as what he got out of us as a team, I don't think he could have got much more. I mean, playing for him was I was about as fit as somebody could be back in the day. So I mean, I kind of like it when I like that. So we'll see what he gets out the girls. I
Yeah,
mean,
and these male coaches are the places you have to understand the game,
yeah.
and the expectations have to be set. So you have to understand the game. So I hope he comes in with his expectations set at the right level for a women's game versus what a
But
men's game.
yeah, you'll see if it works
Everything.
you'll see. I
Yep.
mean, so we'll see. But like I said, you don't know, so let the man have a shot. And we'll see
So
how
he
where
gonna
you
get one.
said.
He got one. The other thing too that was upsetting about some people with him, he's the highest paid coach in the WNBA.
Now that's disgusting.
Yes.
Now that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Now I
So I
won't.
think that was the biggest part of the controversy. You walk in, and
Yeah,
maybe that's what he negotiated. Say, hey, for me to leave the NBA, you're gonna match what I don't know what he was making, don't know his salary, but he became the highest paid coach in the WNBA. I know
yeah,
Becky was,
yeah,
until this, but Becky brought you two back-to-back championships.
yeah.
So
That's
that's
disgusting.
yeah. She put the money where the mouth was. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Now to me, that's the controversy right there. You
yeah,
just walk right off the street and you demand that top dollar.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
unproven.
yeah, that's the problem.
So that
Moving
was
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that hurt.
All right.
Yeah, that stung right there.
World Series.
Woo!
I know you excited. I know you excited. I saw Pat at the game.
Yes, Lord.
Pat interest. Pat showing off his jacket, old
Yeah,
Ranger.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They they
You know my
put. I
brother
didn't
was a
see the
Ranger.
final score last night.
It was a
When I
whole lot
switched
to a
on the
little
game,
bit.
yeah,
It was like, yeah, I think it was
it
like
was 10,
10.
10 to
Yeah,
1.
yeah, it was
When
like 10-0.
yeah,
I was like, hey, I was
they
like,
came
Lord,
out
they're not
those
coming
first. It was
back.
11-7. So Diamondbacks did try to get a little bit back, but good God, it was like after 10-0, you're kind of beat down. Diamondbacks. I gotta give it to you. Excuse me for putting 7 runs up because that was like
A murder.
it
They
was.
can't. It's hard when they come out the gate on you like that.
Yeah,
I
because they were
mean,
just taking the pictures out because pictures. I mean, mentally, how do you recover from that? You just gave up
you
all
really
those runs.
don't.
Yeah,
You really don't.
yeah. So who you? I mean, you got Texas taking it all the way.
Well, we had that conversation before. I said anything Texas. It was, and when they said the Astros and the Rangers, I said, well, I'm gonna go to Rangers because Pat played for the Rangers, so
Hmm.
I'm always, rep them Rangers. So we
Okay.
got it. We gonna
Okay.
do this.
Yeah, I think I still have flashbacks to when the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees years ago in the World Series. So yeah, it wouldn't hurt me. If Texas won. I'm
It
petty.
wouldn't hurt you. Yeah,
Because I'm
you
petty.
team Rangers.
I'm
Team
petty.
Rangers.
You know I'm petty.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
So let's move on here. All right, we rapid fire. Had some trades
Oh,
yesterday. So there's been some NFL moves. We know that,
Mhm.
but we're focusing solely on yesterday's trade deadline to me, which was so underwhelming.
Whelming. Yes.
Break it
But
down,
I'm gonna
sister.
okay.
Let's break down who we got
So
up
you
there.
know how much I love Josh Dobbs. You know I love me some Josh Dobbs. Now I love Josh Dobbs. Now, to give y'all a little disclaimer, I love Josh Dobbs back from college, and I have been on this dude like wishing nothing but the best for him. I think that Josh is in good favor with the Lord because he has landed in Minnesota, baby. And I am so happy for him. Not that and y'all know I love Kirk Cousins, so do not think that I am by
Right.
any way happy that Kurt ended up with that Achilles injury because that is absolutely heartbreaking because I am a Kirk Cousin fan. But I am also happy that Josh Dobbs will have an opportunity to be a part of the Minnesota team.
So let me
So
ask
I'm
you
ex-
something. They're playing that rookie this week. You think that's just to get Josh acclimated and
yeah,
then he'll be the starter? Okay.
and I think the rookie will play like a game, maybe one game, two, maybe
You
two, and then because Josh
Josh
is
suited up
brilliant,
this
Josh is a brain. I think by one game he'll have it, and he'll be in there, and he'll be the
So you
guy.
think he'll suit up this weekend? He'll be on the sidelines, but do you think
He'll
he'll
be on
suit
it. No, he'll be over there. He won't. I don't even think he'll suit up this
up?
weekend.
Okay.
I think he'll just be there. But I think the following game, I think he will actually be starting. I really
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I mean, the guy is super brainy. And if you notice, every time a team is in need lately, who are they coming to get? They are coming to get him. I mean, he is quick. He picks up the system fast, and he's a reliable dude. And I think that experience, he's getting better and better every time. I don't care. I mean, Arizona's team was not
They were right
ready
there
at
in
all.
a lot of games. Let's Chase Chase Young.
Man, man, 49ers got a rabbit's foot or something stuck up their butt. Cause what? How do you get Chase Young
You get
for
Chase Young
that?
because he don't cost you a whole lot of money right now.
I know, but I'm saying that's awesome for them. I
But
mean,
then you look at it too, right? So you made a great comment yesterday when we were chatting. Chase Young goes there. He's had some injuries or whatever, some concerns. So when it
yeah,
comes time for that contract year,
he
you've
can't
got
really.
you've got beasts over there. You've got
Mhm,
defensive beasts over there. Bosa and those guys.
mhm.
Chase can't come saying, I want the
I
most
won't-
money.
No, he
You
cannot.
gotta come with some sense. So or they say, okay, we'll see
That's what I'm saying. He can come, but they're gonna be like, "Say la vie." I mean, hell, you can come if you can come over there if you want to, but I mean, you're not getting that. I mean, you're not coming over there demanding top dollar after you've been hurt the majority of
Right,
your career.
right.
I mean, and that's just the way it's. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's been his. That's just what happened. Like you say, the best ability is availability. He has been unavailable, and I
And
mean,
then
the potential
I
is
don't
off the
understand the
charts.
moves on the side of the Commanders. I mean, because Vontae Sweat, they gave him up, and he
Yeah, I'm not
went
sure
to
what's
the
going on.
Bears. Yeah, he's to the
I'm not.
Bears.
I'm not sure what's going on because after the way that they played, I'm not sure.
I thought
Maybe
they
they
played.
are.
Yeah, I thought they played a good game against
Yeah,
against Philly. So yeah,
I mean they got Terry. I mean, and for that matter, I mean, I don't know what they're ramping up to do, but yeah, I don't understand what was going on with that at all.
okay.
But
Then
I'm
you
not
got
a
big.
I'm not a Commanders fan, and guess what? I do not. We do not care as Cowboys fan. We are happy for whatever y'all think y'all are doing. Throw them all away. Give all the good players away. We appreciate it. As far as Donovan People Jones, I
Hmm.
actually like him. I Detroit went out and got him. You think that's a good move?
Oh yeah, I think it's a good move. I don't know why Cleveland gave him up. I mean, Cleveland ain't looking bad. I don't know why they gave him up. Maybe he wasn't fitting with them. Maybe what they're gonna get, they're looking down the road. So I don't know.
More?
Um,
Maybe they like what they see in Moore now? Elijah Moore?
Could be.
They think they
Could be.
got enough. I mean, I've
That,
always
that
liked Moore, and I thought Moore was just needed the right quarterback with him. Even though I don't know what's going on right now with our boy
right.
Deshaun, but
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either.
I don't know what's going on with
Um,
that right now. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. But I think Elijah Moore, maybe they're liking what they see in him, and they figure they can get something for Donovan, and he's never really going to be anything over there. I guess with Amari, I don't know. I don't
okay.
know, but they let him go. They got, I think, what they got, like a seventh round pick or something for him, or
Yeah.
what they get for him. Yeah.
I think it was a seventh round. What about Ezra? Ezra
Um,
from the Vikings.
I don't know what that. I don't know where that came from. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
just
a
some
couple of them that were just
underwhelming.
like,
Just ran. This came out of the blue. Just
and
like,
Razul Douglas. I mean, they were all to me very, very there were some that went on that were more compelling than, like, you had Leonard Fournette get signed, Terrell Edmonds with Kevin Byard, Van
mm-hmm,
Jefferson, McCole
mm-hmm.
Harmon. Those were more highlights than, okay. I think Chase. Yeah, I think Vontez, because two from that same team, and for me, the other one was Josh Dobbs. The rest of them, I was like, okay. What got me, Tanisha, was more so the people that um that did not.
Make moves.
Right. That that's what got me. So let's talk about that. The teams that didn't make a move that surprised you.
Uh, the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
And they should have been
I
moving for
mean,
what?
they should.
I know
What
it's
should
an
they
obvious
have been
question.
moving from?
Yeah, I know it's an obvious question, but I'm gonna ask it anyhow. What do you think they should have been looking for?
Wide receivers. I'd have tore my doggone lineup. I mean, I would have been trying to get a DeAndre Hopkins. I would have been trying to get held Devontae Adams when he was sitting over there looking like somebody stole his bike the other night.
I don't think the
I'd have
Raiders
been
were
trying.
ever gonna make that trade within their own. You think in their own division?
Yeah, people probably didn't think the Chiefs was gonna trade Tyreek Hill either. You
No, I'm
don't
saying
know
within
what
their
somebody.
own. I mean, it wasn't like you traded to the Raiders or somebody you got to play twice a year.
Who knows? They ain't. Who knows what they would do? Don't nobody know. I mean, hell, you don't know. So I mean, maybe not.
I
Probably
felt
not.
like even if they went out and tried to get some of the guys they let go, I was like, "Where's Pringle? Where's Robinson? They know the play. Go get
And
them."
we would almost think that they have a relationship with them now. That Airbnb is over in Washington, and Pringle is in Washington.
hmm and they ain't calling his name. They ain't calling his name, but I'm gonna tell you what, Pringle, he know the plays. He did this, he did that. I'm gonna tell you, the other thing is with them. So we know the Chiefs got some issues with wide receivers. Everybody's talking about that. They're dropping balls. They're doing this. They're doing that. I'm asking the question myself: what is going on? Is it a lack of discipline? Are they missing the enemy? Are they just? I mean, you're in practice. I watched a guy with one of those machines, and he's standing there. Like, are you doing this stuff, or you just,
You
or is it
mean
the
just sitting
leadership?
up, just catching
Leadership
up?
from a perspective of, you got team captains, right? Kelsey, Patrick, all those team. I I
You
watched
know,
the game, and somebody else brought it up yesterday. And I watched the games. When these guys drop a ball and make a mistake, they just go to the sidelines. You don't see a coach going over to talk to him. You don't see a teammate going over to say, "Hey." And I remember McCole Hartman, because he fumbled it again. I think it was a Super Bowl of players, when he fumbled that ball, everybody was in his face. Don't worry about it. Get the next one. Get the next. You don't see that on that sideline.
yeah. I one of the beat reporters or somebody was talking about the that it's clear that there is a presence missing in its Eric Bieniemy. That Eric Bieniemy held players accountable in that locker room. He was hard on them, but he was also like their cheerleader when they made plays, and that it was his belief that that presence is missing. that these guys don't have anybody to get in them, to get after them. And it's and that's what you're seeing. The lack of discipline on the field. Now, those aren't my words, but like you said, you can roll back the bean footage and you can see
Oops.
the seasons of last and now, and and you start to see those things. It seems like a lot of individuals on a team
Right.
versus, like, it seems like a lot
Team.
of individual
The
things going
defense
on team.
the defense seems more cohesive than the offense, for sure. I know with Bolton going out, that's going to hurt a little bit, but you got players that can step up there. They just didn't look good. I know the flu, the whatever, yeah, but you just look horrible. Chiefs overall look horrible
Yeah,
on Sunday. So
yeah. I saw
yeah,
Pat
but they need
say.
to make some.
I
They
saw
need to make
Pat.
some. Yeah, some
Yeah,
some
I saw
trade.
little Pat do a little interview or something after that,
Yeah,
and he
but
said something to the effect that this won't be a trend, like a
won't
repeat.
repeat.
Yeah,
We'll
they
see.
won't
I
be
mean,
a
you got
cycle. Yeah.
Miami in Frankfurt. They're leaving Thursday. I think that's late, but we'll see what happens with that. So back to trade. Who else do you think missed out on trades?
Missed out on trades. I
Hmm.
would say who probably could have used some help. Top teams that could have used some help. Um,
I mean, you
because
got
a
the
lot of teams
Ravens.
are
I
set.
think they're looking solid. Pitt. I don't know. What Pitt's going to do. Trubisky has
I,
been very.
I
Um,
I think that if I were the Browns, I would have traded for some. I would have traded for some wide receivers as the Browns.
what they
I
gave up
think that
people's. They gave up people's.
Yeah, but they didn't. But I would have been trying to get someone else.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. I would have been I would have been okay trying to get some help, some more
Yeah, I
help
don't
for.
understand why the Giants didn't jump out there having what's going on with excuse me, what's going on with Daniel Jones' neck. That's injury. What's going on with Tyler, not Tyler, excuse me, Tyrod Taylor's
Tyrod.
ribs.
Mm-hmm.
DeVito looking like he'd never threw a football before. Um,
Lord,
I would have been going
I'm
after
sorry. I'm sorry. That's funny.
they just, or they wouldn't call a play because he was handing it off. He threw it to Saquon in the middle of the field with five people on him. Josh Dobbs would have done great. It's coming in as the backup. So why weren't you going after him? Like what were they doing in the locker room? And you got some trade bait. You got some
Yeah.
trade bait. So that's a team that definitely could have used some people. Um
Atlanta.
Atlanta could have used a couple of folks.
Mm-hmm.
Um I know Carolina, whatever they're
Oh
doing, they could
Lord.
have used some folks. New Orleans, I was thinking about them, but I'm like that they're not that bad.
Chicago.
They're not that bad. Chicago, yeah, depending on where they're trying to go. Chicago, they're making some moves here and there. They did. They picked up a defensive player. They picked up Von. So they didn't just sit on it. They picked up a
No,
defensive player. So it's some teams. I don't know what them. Maybe it could have been money. Maybe they could have just been like, and who was the team that? Oh, the Cowboys. Which I was impressed. When they asked Mike McCarthy said, "I'm working to develop the guys I have. I'm not looking to trade. That's not my decision." Great response to me
so
as
was
coach.
there a rumor out there? I seem like I heard something about maybe Aaron Darnold trying to go somewhere.
And I told you that, so I don't know if it was true or not that he whispered in Mike McCarthy's ear the other day, and it could have been made up. Say, hey, if you're doing something, come get me. You
Mm,
know that he would go over
mm.
there. So I don't know how true that was. Somebody had it was a Twitter fact, which could be a lie. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I can
don't know.
understand how he would want to be a cowboy, though, deep down
He
inside.
wants if he wants to win.
I can understand how you just want to be a cowboy. I mean,
You
America's
said
team and
you
all.
understand how he just want to be a cowboy.
Yeah, America's team and all. I can
Oh,
understand
Jesus.
that.
Okay, we getting ready to move on. Let's go ahead and move on to our recaps.
Mm-hmm.
So week 8, we already
Yeah.
pretty much we started with the Chiefs. We beat them down. They look terrible. I think one of the good games that I saw was Philly and the
Oh.
Commanders. Commanders gave them a nice run. And I don't like the Commanders, of course, because we're in our conference. What I'm seeing from them, coaching, the discipline and everything like that. I'm like, mm, Not a bad team. The Bills
Hmm.
came out, excuse me, on Thursday night and beat the Bucks. Not impressive. I think that was the coach playing scared.
Yes.
So Josh Allen wanted to go. What do you think?
I mean, to me, they. I'm well. I don't want to. I don't want to be one of those people, but he can thank the refs. The refs have messed up a lot of shit stuff this year, and that's another game that to me that the refs played way too much, had way too much to do with. And if you go back and look at that, um, if I'm the fans of the other side, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, I'm pissed off, but I'm more pissed off at the coach. These are the Bills, right? 4th and 1, you're not going to go for it. 4th and 2, you're not going to go for it. And Josh Allen was kind of like, let's go for it, right? Let's put this team away. So the coach, I don't know if he's losing confidence in what they can do or whatever, but I was a little disappointed in the calls that he
Well,
made
I mean,
because
but
they
the,
didn't
but
score.
but of course, like I said, I believe Josh Allen, and there's some quarterbacks they gonna always want to go for it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I mean they're gonna always go. I mean they're always gonna want to go. And he was right in that case.
yeah,
I think Josh was right in that case, but um, you
he
know,
was right in both
just
cases,
yeah.
I
Well,
thought, but
it's fair
yeah,
to say.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
just
fair.
decided
But
not to go.
they didn't, and it made it a little rough, and it almost cost them the game because to be honest with you, like I said, the refs played helped them win that
The
game.
refs have been
Unfortunately,
costing people games all season long in crucial plays, so I don't even know how that gets addressed. That's got to be addressed by the league. Cowboys came out the gate on the Panthers. Excuse me, on the Rams and just took them away. The team to watch, they've been kind of quiet is the Jaguars.
yes, but
They beat Pitt. I know, I know Pitt. I know Pitt. They have they lost Kenny Pickett with that rib
mhm,
injury. So that was that was rough on them. Would they have won? I don't know. It was a 20-10 game. They could have won, but I think the Jaguars are starting to kind of feel it a little bit, and they've got Doug Peterson's great coach, great
yeah,
coach. So I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
We'll
But the
see.
Pitt just got back. They got one of their they got back they star receiver. They number one is back. So it's unfortunate that Kenny is out because he just got their number one back now. So we would have got to really see what Deontay there and what they really would have looked like at full mass. And then so I don't know, maybe Trubisky steps up and gets in there and we get to see what they look like. But actually, we had high hopes for Pittsburgh and
Yeah.
what they look like as a team. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
And the other game that my highlight for the week for me was the Cincinnati game, Cincinnati 49ers.
They're looking good now.
And
Burrows is
okay,
definitely he's definitely he's definitely back. He's not hurt anymore. He's talking trash and pointing and doing the fool out there. So no more
and
excuses. He's a
they're
100.
always been late bloomers. Like somebody was pointed out when they went to the Super Bowl, they started off slow, and everybody's like, "They ain't gonna-" and all of a sudden it was like, "Oh, where'd they come from?" It was one of them where they come from. So you don't count them out. And I said that early. Don't if he got back to anywhere where he was close to being healthy, and he is healthy because he was running, like you said, talking trash and
Hmm.
doing stuff.
Yep.
Watch out,
Yeah.
watch out for him.
They look
So,
like they are ready to make a run for
mhm.
real. I don't
Yes,
know. They look like they're ready to go. They look like they are ready to bust on the scene. Um, and get to talking trash to a little bit of everybody.
yep.
You know what I
Let's
mean?
let's talk about the Dolphins. That's a big game for next week. Dolphins and the Chiefs in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
You got
So
worries about the Chiefs
I think the Dolphins are gonna beat them.
based
Yeah, I
on
think
last
they
week?
are. No.
based on the whole season, based on what
Yeah.
their lack of weapons.
Yep. I
Okay,
think the Chiefs. Here's what I I'm not counting the Chiefs out because of Pat and Kelsey and the fact that for some reason every once in a while they show something. I don't know. They show something every once in a while that looks like that it can work. Um, but and I'm basing on the fact that being that Tyreek is on the other side, maybe it sparks something in them to maybe play better than they normally play. That it's a lot of trash talking that's gonna be done on both sides. A lot of we got to go improve something or whatever. I just think that Miami has a much better team.
okay,
I just think overall they have a much better team. Um, you can't even compare the wide receiver core over there to that one. I don't think it's even in the same category. Um,
okay,
and I think that this is just a case of I think that they're just outmatched,
okay.
and I think that we're gonna see that this weekend.
Nothing wrong with that. Hell, they got outmatched last week.
Yep.
Ravens and the Seahawks.
Ravens.
I think the Ravens are starting to click. That's a team to watch. I've been watching them, because they're here local, so it's definitely a team to watch, throughout. The other game I got was two other games that I got that are really Cowboys and the
Mm.
Eagles.
I got the Cowboys
Why?
because I'm a Cowboy fan, and I think the Cowboys is finna put their foot up in the the Eagles' ass this week.
Okay.
I think the Eagles
Like
been
why?
showing
What gives them
vulnerability.
the
I
edge?
think the Eagles. I think the Eagles been vulnerable. I think they've been showing vulnerability. Everybody been playing them tough, and I think that the Cowboys I think they getting it together. I
Okay,
think they're
who
gonna go
stops
up there.
AJ Brown?
Hey, I said we gonna win. Don't start asking
I'm
me
asking.
how we gonna win.
I'm asking outside of a fan. Like who stops? I don't care either way. They both could lose. You understand that, right? They both could lose. I would give a damn, right? I'm just asking what outside of just saying I'm a fan. What?
Maybe it's not AJ Brown, but maybe they just double AJ Brown. Maybe
Yeah, it
they
could
just
be.
maybe they just maybe they just double him up.
Right.
Maybe
Then you got
maybe
Devontae
they
Smith.
okay. What I mean has Devontae Smith. I mean, is he dropping touchdowns? I mean, who
He
stopped
catching
CeeDee
ball.
Lamb?
He catching ball.
Who's stopping
I'm
CeeDee?
asking you a question. Don't get defensive. I'm asking you,
I'm
not
not.
as
No,
a
I'm just
fan.
saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm
No,
not getting defensive.
I'm gonna get to CD Lamb. I don't think there's anybody that can stop him in that secondary. I'm asking you the first questions about who stops AJ Brown.
I
Or
don't
does
know.
he get his and it just who has the ball last and who outscores who? Or you think offensively the weapons on the
I
team?
just think. I just think that. I personally think that outside of the fact that I don't know. I don't. I just don't see. I don't see them being able to go down there and do what they've been doing, which is um throwing that. I don't see Jalen being able to get that ball down
Okay, and I just was wondering why.
to
What you
Adrian
saw that would stop that from happening or
because I
whatever.
don't see him having the time. I don't see him having the time to get the ball off
Okay.
like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I just don't. I just think Parsons going. I don't see him having the ball off to get
No, I mean you
the
guys got a good
time to get
line.
the ball off
Parsons
that.
been getting at people and all that other stuff. I mean, that's what I want to hear. What is it? What's gonna be that
I think they're gonna get
designed
after
for
his
them? I
ass.
don't think Philly is a team they were last year either. I think they're more vulnerable. People have seen it all. So what is it? And then over these last couple of games, yes, Devontae Smith, I never count him out. I like the dude.
No,
But
no.
AJ Brown has been that guy. If you neutralize that, somebody else really has to step up. So that's where I'm looking at it. On the other side, then you have
I'm more worried
CeeDee
about the
Lamb.
running.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is that dude. I have not been impressed with the running game of the Cowboys. More so impressed with the running game of Philly. So
That's what
I
I'm
don't know if
saying. I'm
that's
more worried
going to be
about the
the
running.
deciding factor, whatever. But I think it'll be an interesting game for sure. Um, Bills and the Bengals.
Oh, Bengals.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a sentimental game too, based on what happened last year.
I
So,
thought I for a minute there I was and actually I think it's I just think so this uh, I was talking to my father about this and I said Joshua probably chew through somebody to make sure that they win this game, but I don't know. It's just that they seem like he done ran into some bad luck. They gelling now. Josh done ran up on them when they gelling.
I give it to the Bengals simply because they're at home. If they were playing up in Buffalo, I think it'd be a more of an emotional game based on what happened last year with Demar and all that other
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and then
Mm-hmm.
that Buffalo would get that game. I think it's going to be a very emotional game for both teams because they experienced whatever they experienced last year. So, I never count the Bills out because I don't know which Josh Allen's going to show up. And even though they won last year, they didn't. I mean, last week they didn't win in Bills fashion. So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't
So,
know. I don't know what it is. It's something like I'm watching the game, but it's like with Gabe Davis and it's like it's hit or miss with them. It's like with the Bills to me, even though I'm looking like, and I hate to compare them, but it's like with the cheeses. Like sometimes you see the Bills, they look like they come out there and they look like they will just tear you up, and then sometimes you go out there and you like, what is going on? What am I missing? And that's exactly what I'm thinking when I'm looking at them like, are y'all gonna show up and y'all gonna compete with these Bengals, or y'all gonna go out there and give me that crap?
yeah, and
And
that's what you have to. And that's why I say it's a hard game for me to pick because I don't think they have a bad defense. I think the Bills has a good defense. They definitely have a good offense. Look at their offensive players, but it's just a matter of who shows up. It's a
yeah,
matter of
and
who shows up. So we'll
I'm
see on
hoping
that.
that the I kind of feel like the Bengals have started. They kind of got a reputation of trying to punk folks. They just go out there and try to punk teams. They talk a lot of trash about them. They go up there and they spot, and they and the Bills has been, they talk a lot of trash to the Bills. I'm hoping the Bills, don't just lay down here on this one. But I think the Bengals will get them. Like you said, it's at their home. It's at their home.
Yeah,
That's gonna be the difference.
yeah,
I think they just ran up on them on some bad luck this one.
yeah.
But
We'll
if
see.
it
I
this was
think
a playoff game,
those are my top games. I'm excited too because I get to start watching football at 9:30 in the morning all the way through the day. So it's gonna be a fun Sunday.
but I'm gonna make a prediction early. If they play in the playoffs, I'm gonna go with the Bills in advance. I'm gonna
Okay,
tell you that right now. If the Bengals meet the Bills in the playoffs, I'm going with the Bills right now.
okay,
You hold me to it right now. I'm going with the Bills unless somebody is hurt at this
okay.
point. If they got the same team, I'm gonna go with the Bills in the playoffs because I think it's gonna be a different look.
All right. Okay, we may not have a million followers, but we gonna get there, right? So we growing. So we getting ready to drop a little merchandise on y'all. Right? We got our hoodies that coming out. We'll be sending the links, putting them on our page and everything. Hoodies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever. Um, so we'll let you know when you can come and go out there and get your stuff. Just keep following us. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. And we always got fun stuff going on. So Tanisha, let's jump into your closing thoughts. What do you got closing out for this week?
Oh man, well, don't get down on your team, people. Even if they didn't make any moves like you hope that they made, hang in there. Don't stay fans. Don't burn your jerseys. Don't throw them out the windows. Hang in there. We don't know. We not GMs, and we don't know what they got planned out. Don't get discouraged. That's all my closing thoughts. Just hang in there and rep your team. Don't turn your back on them. To get out them damn spaces and stop cussing folks out that you don't know.
Oh, good
Call,
God.
calling them trash and everything. Come on, man. Y'all out there wilding in these spaces, man. Stop dogging these people out in spaces. That's I'm just, what I'm saying. Y'all lighten up and everything and hang in there and rep your team. Come on.
Yeah,
Lighten
people
up.
people
Lighten up.
people are definitely
Yeah, they
They
wilding
losing it.
out in
They
space.
losing it, and they turning on their teams quick.
What?
They turning on their teams quick. Goodness, it's like
Man,
it's yeah. So, for me, my closing thoughts, they're always not always about sports. And again, it's not about sports. There's a lot going on in the world. We lost people in Maine. That was another senseless act of violence. So I always say and always end the show, you know, please, just be kind. You know, it's the simplest things, right? That seem to be so hard for us to do nowadays. But I'll say it, please be kind and be blessed because it's free.
yep.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.